Come on. Get them shackles off him. Poor sod can't eat proper.
Dunno. Not sure I like that. What if he runs for it? He's worth a heap of coin.
Ah, bollocks. Been holding him a week, hasn't tried a thing. Why'd he up and bolt now? Matter of fact, got to thinking. What did a sweet, gentle chap like him do to get the Queen of Zerrikania so riled?
She's a shrew, that's what. Queen and witch in one. Worst of both worlds.
Enough about her. What do you say to one more of your tales? While we toss down some cards.
Ah, why not? And since you mentioned one queen... In Angren's swamps, one can easily lose one's way. Thick fog fills the air, paths end without warning, dense thickets obscure the distance. The sole way to determine one's position is to climb a tree and peer out over the canopy. This duty fell to Meave's scouts, while the force halted below. During one such delay, Meave caught the words she'd longed to hear.
Majesty! Tuzla Castle! Its tower! I see it!
To her soldiers' astonishment, Meave cast off her gauntlets and started up the nearest trunk. She longed to see the castle for herself, but then she would know sweet vengeance was at hand. The climb proved tricky, as the trunk was slippery and the branches, run through with rot, were frail. Yet Meave showed herself to be skillful and spry. As a child, she had loved to scale trees, much to her governess' dismay. Meave looked out to see a mighty stone tower outlined against the horizon. Legend holds Tuzla Castle was to have had 3 such bastions. Yet King Ragbard, the fort's benefactor, had forsaken the effort when yet another stone transport simply sank into Angren's boggy roads. It was a moment of respite for Meave, a moment of quiet joy. She breathed and tasted air free of the bog stench. She took in silence undisturbed by the hum of mosquito swarms. And she relished her prospects. The coming battle against Caldwell.
I've long awaited this,
said the Queen.
but 'tis not reason enough to rush. Revenge is best served cold, after all.
The Queen postponed the assault for a spell. Meave once again found herself midst the forests around Tuzla Castle. Her men stood poised, watching her in anticipation. The soldiers stood exhausted and filthy, many with raspy coughs, all sick of the meager gruel. But with the command to advance, a new strength sparked within them. Their step was lively, a fire burned in their eyes, each hoping to spill Caldwell's entrails, then dash them upon the fort walls. Yet as they drew near the stronghold, perched atop a stone isle, their verve dwindled. Enthusiasm waned. They had taken fortresses with thicker walls, taller towers, and manned by more men. Yet they'd never seen nor laid siege to a fort standing on land so ill-suited. To rush the bulwarks through waist-deep mud. Was this even possible?
Prove I was no fool to keep you at my side.
Said Meve, turning to Gascon and Reynard.
A slaughter I must avoid. How will I do it?
Your Grace,
Began Reynard.
set our machines to sling boulders at the west wall, its weakest. 'Tis our best chance at a breach.
Our men'll need cover.
Added Gascon.
Reeds we must harvest and burn. Smoke will cloak us, conceal us from the castle's defenders.
Good.
Agreed the Queen.
Now get to work.
Amidst billowing blue smoke, Lyrian footmen rushed through the breach wrought by Reynard's catapults. Though she had yet to forgive her companions, Meve had to admit they'd given her sound advice. In Angren's swamps, one can easily lose one's way. Thick fog fills the air, paths end without warning, dense thickets obscure the distance. The sole way to determine one's position is to climb a tree and peer out over the canopy. This duty fell to Meve's scouts, while the force halted below. During one such delay, Meve caught the words she'd longed to hear.
Majesty! Tuzla Castle! Its tower! I see it!
To her soldiers' astonishment, Meve cast off her gauntlets and started up the nearest trunk. She longed to see the castle for herself, for then she would know sweet vengeance was at hand. The climb proved tricky, as the trunk was slippery and the branches, run through with rot, were frail. Yet Meve showed herself to be skillful and spry. As a child, she had loved to scale trees, much to her governess' dismay. Meve looked out to see a mighty stone tower outlined against the horizon. Legend holds Tuzla Castle was to have had 3 such bastions. Yet King Ragbard, the fort's benefactor, had forsaken the effort when yet another stone transport simply sank into Angren's boggy roads. It was a moment of respite for Meve, a moment of quiet joy. She breathed and tasted air free of the bog stench. She took in silence undisturbed by the hum of mosquito swarms. And she relished her prospects. The coming battle against Caldwell. The soldiers stood exhausted and filthy, many with raspy coughs, all sick of the meager gruel. But with the command to advance, a new strength sparked within them. Their step was lively, a fire burned in their eyes, each hoping to spill Caldwell's entrails, then dash them upon the fort walls. Yet as they drew near the stronghold, perched atop a stone isle, their verve dwindled, enthusiasm waned. They had taken fortresses with thicker walls, taller towers, and manned by more men. Yet they'd never seen nor laid siege to a fort standing on land so ill-suited. To rush the bulwarks through waist-deep mud. Was this even possible?
Prove I was no fool to keep you at my side.
Said Meve, turning to Gascon and Reynard.
A slaughter I must avoid. How will I do it?
Your Grace,
Began Reynard.
set our machines to sling boulders at the west wall, its weakest. 'Tis our best chance at a breach.
Our men'll need cover.
Added Gascon.
Reeds we must harvest and burn. Smoke will cloak us, conceal us from the castle's defenders.
Good.
Agreed the Queen.
Now get to work.
Amidst billowing blue smoke, Lyrian footmen rushed through the breach wrought by Reynard's catapults. Though she had yet to forgive her companions, Meve had to admit they'd given her sound advice.
Caldwell! I've come for your head!
I knew you'd come. Your lofty pride precedes another dramatic fall.
Wise choice.
Again and again and again.
Should have listened to me old lady.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
My pain serves a purpose.
This harvest will be reaping black-clad hands.
Wanna know why I got my scar?
All right.
Waiting for a personal invitation?
Company! Forward march! We must exploit the breach in their fortifications, Your Grace.
I smell a leak.
badly burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Life is mine now.
You mad? Don't shake that!
Left, right, left, right.
Come on, kill me!
When will you ever learn?
Their archers shouldn't be any more trouble. John. For the Queen!
God save the Queen!
For the last!
No one touch him! The Count is mine!
Many of Maeve's victories have been immortalized in poetry and song, but not the fall of Tuzla. Lyrians fought Lyrians. Brothers killed brothers, in rain and mud, midst a cursed swamp. Certainly nothing to inspire a bard. Near the battle's end, Maeve stormed the great stone tower to which Caldwell had fled. The Queen ascended the stairs, dealing blow after blow, blood cascading down in her wake. She reached the top floor to find the Count waiting, with no intention to defend himself.
If it's mercy you expect, you'll be sorely disappointed.
Mercy? I know you all too well for that, Maeve. Ever vindictive and cruel.
All this from a paragon of knightly virtues. You stabbed me in the back, Caldwell, and used Willem to do so. My son!
Who agreed without a moment's hesitation. Forsaken by your own soul, your flesh and blood. What's that say about you?
Oh, you tread on thin ice. Choose your next words carefully.
Spare me your threats. You'll kill me all the same.
Death can come in many ways, Count. Some quick, some slow.
My, how you strut and vaunt. Terribly sure of yourself. Perhaps too sure.
Your castle is mine. I've crushed your force. I dare say no, I'm not.
Precisely my point. Don't you see? The Empire's not one army, it's dozens, hundreds. It's what I strove to knock into that thick dome of yours. Alas, you're too much a dullard. Soon as I'd learned you'd crossed into Angren, I sent for reinforcements. They'll be here soon. 3 regiments, armed to the teeth.
Nilfgaardians seem ever to have the upper hand, yet I find the means to defeat them.
Not this time, Maeve. Nilfgaard comes in numbers. 10 Imperial footmen to each and every one of yours. You'll not win, nor can you flee. Do you know why?
Enlighten me. I dare you.
But one bridge leads to Tuzla. As it happens, I ordered it raised as you laid siege. The swamps around the castle are too deep to cross. Try to rebuild the bridge, the Imperial troops will arrive before you can finish. Your men they'll slay as you watch, and then they'll wring your neck.
I wouldn't be so pleased were I you. You won't live to see this outcome.
I know that, but I take heart in the truth. Though the castle you've seized and will likely kill me, I've won. Outsmarted you, Maeve. Twice now. And you know what? 'Twasn't even that hard.
With those words, with his arrogance and contempt, Caldwell had gone too far. The Queen gripped his shoulders, pushed. Caldwell stumbled backwards, then tripped out the window. A blood-chilling shriek filled the courtyard, then broke off abruptly.
Now fool me thrice. Try.
Maeve slapped the dust from her hands. The traitor had met a deserving end at last. Yet this was no time to revel in the Count's demise. If Caldwell had spoken the truth, the Queen and her army were in grave danger. Maeve's scouts quickly confirmed the traitor's claim. The bridge was indeed in flames, and Nilfgaardian regiments were advancing from the south. Now to confirm if there was truly no other route by which they could flee. The Queen ordered her men to ask the local peasants. One of their number, a stable hand who'd lived near Tuzla all his life, claimed a secret path led out the back of the stronghold.
King Ragbard himself ordered it built. Had him drop great stones into its swamp, one after another, like beads on a string. Bitter water covers them, so you can't see nowt at start. Can make 'em out if you go proper slow, though.
What is it?
The stones, they lead to Isgith. And there, my lady, lurks an evil worse nor any black-clad army.
What? A beast of some sort?
Some say beast, others god. Gurnikora, they call her. And you'll yet see, my lady. Isgith shines red with her blood.
A silly tale to frighten children, Maeve thought at first. Then paused. for something about the man's voice made his every word believable.
None too encouraging, yet preferable to certain death. Tell me, from Iskith, will we reach the banks of the Yaruga, near Red Lobingdon perchance?
Aye, Your Majesty. You need but head north, and pray all along the way.
Soon, Meve stood where the stable hand had said she should, at the edge of a vast marsh. Carefully, she dipped a foot into the broth and probed for solid ground. Sure enough, she found stone. One cautious step, then another. Meve slowly strode off towards Isgith. With the path to Isgith hidden from view, Niamh proceeded like one blind, moving solely by touch. With each step, she could not know if she would find rock or plunge beneath the black water's surface. The Queen's soldiers followed single file, carefully mirroring her every move. The Lyrians, near the end of their strength, got lucky when a light breeze dispersed the fog to reveal dry land. The Queen let out a sigh of relief.
At last.
Niamh kicked off her boots to empty them of water and mud, then promptly screamed.
Ah!
Her legs were in leeches, slimy, bloated leeches. Ignoring the pain and trickling blood, she frantically tore them from her legs, wishing to be rid of them. Having plucked the last parasite from her calf, Niamh grabbed her boot to crush the bloodsucker beneath her heel. Yet it had already slithered off. She spotted it on the trunk of a birch where, like a very fast snail, it was climbing.
What the devils?
But Niamh's words caught in her throat. Leeches and ticks in the dozens dangled from the tree's branches. Some were so gorged on blood that their skin was translucent and on the point of bursting. Niamh had some difficulty muting the urge to retch. The Queen stepped back, finding it hard to believe what hung before her eyes, confused as to what it all meant.
Aye. Should have listened to me, old lady. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are
Ice
killing.
cars? No, they don't hurt.
I smell a leak.
army's a waste of time for one like me.
Got nettles. Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that!
Kill me!
You mad? Don't shake that!
Left, right, left, right. Again and again and again.
My pain serves a purpose.
Come here! Let's dance!
Hey?
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Wanna know why I got my scar? You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Wait, you're serious?
This could hurt.
Is today the day?
So much anger and suffering. For what?
time to reap, a time to sow, a time to die.
Couple of things, all right?
Not supposed to be any smoke.
I've hit the white of an eye from half a league away.
Water is the poison.
Come on, kill me!
Water is the poison.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Again and again and again.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Should have listened to me old lady.
Army's a waste of time for one like me. Is today the day?
Fear not! We shall achieve our goal! You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Don't need no weapon!
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
It's not too late to walk away.
Give me a target. Arbalist at your command. Armor won't save. One bolt's all I need. Give me a target. Armor won't save. One bolt's all I need. Give me a target. Arbalist at your command. Armor won't save. One bolt's all I need.
Thing about slings, they hide well. Hey? Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
Can't take it anymore.
Hey? Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
One man's battlefield is another man's ripe patch for harvest.
Can't take it anymore.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth? it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Can't take it anymore.
I only loot corpses, but sometimes they're quite fresh.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
Thing about slings, they hide well. Hey?
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
One man's battlefield is another man's ripe patch for harvest.
Can't take it anymore. Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
Thing about slings, they hide well. Thing about slings, they hide well.
Oh, a shame to let this beauty go to waste.
I only loot corpses, except sometimes they're quite fresh.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am. You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
Oh, what a shame to let this beauty go to waste. Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
I only loot corpses, except sometimes they're quite fresh.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Hey?
Can't take it anymore.
It's gonna be a right good levy, big and beautiful.
The Lyrians marched in silence, too tired to keep in step with the drums. Suddenly, the wind rose to a howl, and there was a loud crash of thunder.
Blast!
Niamh leapt from her saddle.
We camp here. Pitch the tents, quickly! Quickly!
As the soldiers rushed to unload the wagons, a wall of water came down, soaking them to the bone. Later, they sat in their leaky tents, huddled, teeth chattering, violent coughs rocking their frames. The storm raged the night through, then finally passed before dawn. Niamh emerged from her tent to wring out her coat. Reynard approached, his gait heavy, his face grim.
Your Majesty, several men of the 11th, a dozen or so, sought to flee last night. Sentries stopped and bound them. Now they await your judgment.
Niamh fastened her still wet coat. She knew well why the men had tried to desert. They longed for their kin, had lost sight of victory, perhaps even no longer believed. Yet the marching and fighting seemed destined to go on forever. The Queen sympathized. She too was spent, and many doubts plagued her. Yet she knew the deserters had to be punished. The question was, to what extent? Niamh entered the tent where the prisoners stood. Some of the men looked away, ashamed at their deed. Others raised their gazes to meet hers, their eyes red, tearful, pleading.
You all know the penalty for desertion.
Niamh said to the soldiers bound at wrist and foot.
I ought to have every last one of you hanged. Yet, we've come far along a treacherous road. Endured hardships extreme. This I considered against your crime. You shall lose rank and receive no pay for 1 year. Now get out of my sight. Immediately!
The deserters mumbled their gratitude and rushed out of the tent, fearing the Queen might yet change her mind. Niamh then left for her quarters, anger and bitterness eating her up from the inside.
Gods, have we passed the very threshold into hell?
Close ranks. None is to step off the path without clear orders to do so.
My disgrace ends here! Time I wiped it away! Think I'm a beard?
This harvest will be reaping black-clad hands. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Should have listened to me old lady.
Ah!
Again and again and again.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
Getting to work.
We got a job to do.
Discipline shall bring us victory.
I bet the white of an eye from half a league away.
An army's a waste of time for one like me.
Got any medals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
Feel any burning? See a local healer or wise woman?
I smell a leak.
When will you ever learn?
Everything all right?
Wait, you're serious?
Don't need no weapon!
Have it the white of an eye from half a league away.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that!
Again and again and again.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Get into work.
We got a job to do.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Everything all right?
Come on, kill me!
Is today the day?
This harvest will be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Should have listened to me old lady.
This could hurt. Watch your heads!
Not supposed to be any smoke.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
When will you ever learn?
While accustomed to life mid swamp monsters and black magic, Angren's denizens never dared enter Isgith. The Lyrians only once saw signs of a human presence there when they spotted a group of thatched roof huts amongst alders.
That settlement, is it inhabited?
Meve asked, turning to her scouts.
Impossible to say from this distance, Your Grace.
The Lyrians entered the village, swords in hand, prepared to fight. But not a soul nor a beast came forth. Some homes had collapsed from rot, while tall grass concealed the paths between them. Yet, someone had been there not long past, for fresh ghoul cadavers lay by the well. Meve knelt beside the corpse of one cut clear in half. The beast's killer had been exceptionally strong, and wielded a razor-sharp sword.
More are likely to come around.
Meve leapt to her feet. A man in thick leather armor had emerged from one of the huts. Transfixed by his cat eyes, the Queen nonetheless sensed he was rather badly hurt.
Were that true, my scouts would have blown their horns.
The man pulled out a pendant shaped like a bear's head. It hummed and twitched as if striving to free itself of its chain.
Far as monsters go,
he said, lips curling into an unpleasant smile.
Witchers aren't usually wrong.
A moment later, a scream pierced the air. Quickly, instinctively, Meve drew her sword and lunged forth.
Approach! Seems you were right.
for Mahagam!
Bigger they are, easier they are to target.
This harvest, we'll be reaping black-clad heads. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me. Aye. Should have listened to me old lady.
I feel a strong magic here, my lady. Something controls these creatures.
Left, right, left, right.
Waiting for a personal invitation?
Her Majesty is exceptional.
My pain serves a purpose. I smell a leak.
God is freer!
Thing about slings, they hide well.
You mad? Don't shake that!
That'd be the last of them. Should be quiet for a bit.
The Lyrians emerged victorious, due in no small part to the Witcher.
Thanks for the help. Name's Ivo, Witcher, School of the Bear.
Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia.
Well, well. Didn't expect to see anyone out here. And certainly not a queen with an army in tow.
We're not here by choice.
I bet not. No one plans to pass through Isgith.
And you? What's brought you here? A contract, perchance?
That's right. Hunting a monster.
I know your services to be rather dear. Who could afford a witcher's bounty in these wretched swamps?
Nilfgaardians.
Blast, of course. Preparing the land for settlement. Cull the monsters, drain the swamp, then bring in slaves. Doubtless from the north.
Maybe. I got paid in advance. I didn't see the need to ask any questions.
But did you have to take the coin? Don't you see what they're doing?
Forgive me, your majesty, but seems to me you're confusing witchers with knights errant. We don't fight oppression, right wrongs, or avenge orphans. We slay monsters for coin. And it don't matter whose head's on the front or whose coffers it's from.
This beast you're out to slay, what is it?
Hang on. You mean to tell me you've led your force into Isgith and don't even know what lives here?
I believe I was clear. We're not here by choice.
Yeah, but now that you are here, it'll take a minor miracle to get you out. Isgith's swamps, realm of a truly dangerous being. Elves call it Gwern Iker, the Bloody Mistress. Over generations, locals twisted the name until it became Gurnikora.
Indeed. I've heard it.
So you've also probably seen her beloved fruit, leeches and ticks. You'd all be wise to stay away from them.
This Gurnikora, what is she exactly?
Depends who you ask. Elves saw a fallen goddess in her. Never managed to cut her down while they lived here, but they did stem her growth, kept her from growing stronger. As for the local humans, spirit of a cursed princess, that's their take. Deep belief, actually.
Care to elaborate?
Stories that she was riding north to marry a Temerian duke. Whole retinue and caravan got lost, wagons got stuck, everybody drowned in the bog. Quicksand got him, that sort of thing. Gurnikora grabbed a root before the quagmire swallowed her whole. Hollered for hours, but there wasn't a soul around to hear her. Leeches, hundreds covered her, settled in for a royal feast. Sucked her dry, drained her to pretty much the last drop. Fear and revulsion so completely overcame her spirit, she couldn't pass into the afterlife. So she came back, revived by Isgith's magic.
Ugh. A chilling tale.
Yeah, except made up, probably. Don't believe the elven legends either. Gurnikora's a monster, plain and simple. Extremely dangerous, sure, but just a monster.
The leeches and ticks, you called them her fruit.
It's kinda complicated.
We've time enough.
Gurnikora's a little like a vampire. They're kindred creatures. Except, instead of feasting on the blood of others, she feeds them her own.
I'm not certain I understand.
They're parasites, right? She puts them on her body, feeds them her own blood, then hangs them on shrubs and trees.
Ugh, to what end?
To other monsters, they're delicacies. Sweet, juicy, full of Gurnikora's blood. Irresistible. Any beast that tastes that loses its mind, turns into Gurnikora's slave. So, if your paths cross and push comes to shove, she's not gonna be alone. Find yourself fighting the whole damn swamp.
How are we to fight her? How might she be killed?
Sorry, sharing secrets. Just not something we do.
Not even with those who saved your life just moments past?
We gotta wait till she starts feeding the parasites. She's weakest then. Stand a chance to hurt her.
Right. So we attack only once she puts the leeches to her skin.
Yeah. And when you kill her, if you kill her, Any beasts under her spell will weaken considerably. And then, you gotta burn her corpse. I mean it, understand? Burn it.
And you? Will you not hunt her any longer?
No, I will. Just need to prepare. Realized that today. Gotta brew some potions, blade oils. Come back in a few days.
I don't even have that much time. Nilfgaard's hordes pursue us. I must march on.
In that case, wish you luck. Lots of it.
I suppose there's no argument that would persuade you to ride with us.
Your Grace, mutations strip us of emotion, not reason.
The Witcher vanished midst the trees. And Meve simply hoped her soldiers had not overheard any part of their conversation. Caldwell had summoned Nilfgaardian support. Meve assumed they were not far behind. Yet in the unforgiving terrain, a full Nilfgaardian division could not hope to close the gap. Small detachments, however, light cavalry or footmen, could very well do just that. So when black-clad men emerged from the mist, the Queen was not surprised. She ordered her troops to fall in, form up, and brace to defend the line. Yet the attack never came. The invaders stood silent, motionless. And Meve got a closer look. They were slouched, ashen-faced, unsure of step, and covered in sores. Isgith had treated them as cruelly as any. Teetering in his saddle, the commander broke formation. He rode forth and addressed the Queen in fluent common tongue.
Half my men are wounded, the others sick. Your force does not fare much better.
True. Yet we outnumber you soundly.
Indeed. If it comes to combat, you are certain to win. But in this damn swamp, all wounds fester. Flesh is quick to rot. You will lose many more apart from those who fall.
What do you mean, precisely?
Asked the Queen, her eyes narrowing, her head tilted to the side.
We should part ways in peace. There's a war on, there'll be another chance to fight. Perhaps even face one another. But not here. And not like this.
Suddenly unsure, the Queen weighed the officer's words. Their logic was sound, though they could also prove a ruse.
Your Grace,
Xavier's voice came from behind Meve's back.
we can't let them pass. They've done only harm, and they'll not stop and go home.
Alas, I see things differently.
Meve said with a sly smile.
Crush you now, and I'll have fewer to fight down the line.
You seem sure of yourself, milady.
Let me show you why. At them!
Meve gave her mount a lash of her reins and charged headlong at the commander and his force.
We will not surrender without a fight!
May the disgrace ends here! Time I wiped it away! Life is mine now!
Is that really necessary?
This could hurt.
Sorry, turnips back for an encore.
There's a time to reap, a time to sow.
Wise choice.
Tomorrow I'll drink with our forefathers! Order!
Should have listened to me, old lady. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
Ah!
Praise be to the great sun!
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch.
Life is mine now.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that.
Off to the front yet again.
Scheiß! In 2!
Spoke the truth. You show no mercy. No mercy.
Amidst the fog and dense, gnarled forest, the battle ran its course. When the last sounds of fighting had died down, Meve was not sure who'd prevailed. Then soldiers came forth, fatigued and hurt, with smiles on their lips. She saw they were hers, and only then knew victory was hers as well. But this was no time to celebrate. She let everyone rest, then gave the order to resume the march. A great Nilfgaardian force pursued them. This most recent delay had allowed it to draw nearer.
Ever have a stone knock out one of your teeth?
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Aye. Should have listened to me old lady. My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
What? Oh, yes, I'm on it.
Water is the poison.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that. Waiting for a personal invitation?
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
You can try to win them all, but you won't.
Drink with our forefathers!
And just when you thought things were about to get dull.
Make love, not war.
The Lyrian force had reached the very heart of Isgith. From every branch, vine, and shrub hung leeches and ticks by the dozen. Swollen with blood, their abdomens glistened, glowing red in the misty air. Air so putrid it set Maeve's head to spinning. She paused at a moss-covered boulder, pressed her flushed forehead against its cool surface. Her soldiers passed by, pallid, filthy, drained. She wished to say something, lift their spirits. But instead a cough rattled her breast. Suddenly, splashes, all around Maeve in the water, as if a rain of fist-sized drops had begun to fall. The Queen lifted her heavy gaze. Seemingly on command, ticks and leeches dropped into the warm, soupy waters, then clumsily wriggled off toward a dead alder grove. Maeve knew at once what skulked behind the trees. Gurnikora, Isgith's mistress, Isgith's queen.
Weapons at the ready!
The Queen roared.
Close ranks!
The Lyrians quickly converged, formed a wall of shields, and crouched behind them. Terrified, they stared as a multitude of eyes flashed open midst the branches while revolting, muck-covered beasts rose from the gurgling waters around. Maeve silently uttered a prayer. Hail, Melitele, great mother, maiden and crone, ever have us in your care.
Rally to me!
Coin never stinks, no matter how rank the pouch. On Pandora!
Left, right, left, right.
Majesty! These parasites, they feed on her blood! Should have listened to me, old lady.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Death is only the beginning!
Everything all right?
How quickly the scales tip. Ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
Everyone, rally to me!
Again and again and again.
Water is the poison.
Death is only the beginning!
Majesty! These parasites, they feed on her blood!
Wait, you're serious?
Come on, kill me!
Fear not. We shall achieve our goal.
For Mahagam!
There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die.
Come here, let's dance!
How quickly the scales tip. These ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
Everyone, rally to me!
Everything all right?
Aye. Left, right, left, right.
Majesty! These parasites! They feed on her blood!
Catch!
Getting to work.
Ever have a storm knock out one of your teeth?
May disgrace ends here! Time I wiped it away!
Death!
They got him up there!
How quickly the scales tip.
Again and again and again.
These ghastly beasts can be slain. They can be overcome.
Her Majesty knows what she's doing.
Should have listened to me, old lady.
Ludicrous! Give me some of that!
weapon!
Remember that unwarranted arrogance kills, slowly and insidiously.
I believe it's dead.
Of the battle in Isgith, Meve remembered very little. It seemed a nightmare, its details a haze, the sensations very real. Midst a thick fog, she fought in a frenzy, desperately hacking at the scourge that advanced from all sides. In the end, silence fell over the swamp. Its boiling waters lay calmed. The ticks and leeches were gone, while Guernicora lay among rotting leaves, covered in blood, unmoving. But still a fearsome sight.
Burn the corpse.
Rasped the queen.
And we move on.
The soldier's eyes darted about in a series of silent glances. It took Meve a moment to realize the difficulty. They still feared it. Though the monster's lifeless body lay on the ground, they dared not go near. Were she to repeat the order, they would carry it out. Yet she did not wish to force that on them. Swallowing her own revulsion, she walked up to Guernicora's corpse and set it alight. The air soon filled with the suffocating stench of burning hair and flesh. Sparks belched out as melting fat fell on flame. Until finally, nothing was left of the bloody mistress but scorched bone. The Lyrians resumed their march towards the banks of the Yaruga. They forced their weary legs to maintain a swift pace and stole no second glance at what they'd left behind.